All of which brings us to what really matters. What is it like to take this route? And what will it mean to your studies from here on out? And for that answer, I give you those who have traveled that route since March 13th. Here they are.
I've studied a lot of data about dynamics and Scientology, even before this point. And I just felt my entire training universe go poof, and it all became aligned.
They're everything. And the entire bridge wraps around these basics. This is dynamics and Scientology.
We've all heard about hidden treasures before. We've all dreamed about going on adventures and finding these hidden treasures. This is the hidden treasure.
I had like a little inkling of what it was all about, but I really, after reading the books, realized that I actually had no idea.
Before I thought, well, I know, because I've been in Scientology for a long time. Oh yeah, I know. No, I really had no clue.
I didn't even know that there was something there that I didn't know. And now I can see it. It's like, wow, this is it.
This is it. I mean, I'm talking for every single individual datum of Scientology, every basic fundamental, I have like a full library, you know, full of knowledge.
You have like a knowledge, you have like an encyclopedic concept of dynamics and Scientology.
And it's not even that I know it, I am it. Now, it's the whole thing is crystal clear in one picture.
After I finish each book, I'm like floating. It's just like, whoa, what happened here? It flows and you go through it, and it's like a hot knife going through butter.
It's like a lightsaber through butter. It's just like, ching.
I'm not a fast reader at all, but reading these books, I was a fast reader.
Dianetics took me like 20 hours.
I did Science of Survival in less than 3 days.
Advanced Procedures and Axioms took me less than 5 hours.
History of Man, it took me 4 hours.
I read through Scientology 880 in about 2.5 hours.
Scientology 88008 altogether, 4.5 hours.
You read the books and you have these lectures that you listen to, and your reality gets completely blown out.
When I listen to the lectures with the books, it's like my duplication was like increased like 1,000,000 times.
They come to life like somebody just turned the lights on.
Every time you listen to a new lecture, it's like a new light bulb goes on. Pretty soon you're like in a huge stadium with light, you know, with light.
When I was studying the Philadelphia doctor course, I was so blown out of my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it.
It just flows, and I felt like I was completely duplicating him, and then I was completely there with him like the whole time.
After studying these lectures, my understanding of dynamics and Scientology is vastly, uniformly, 150 quantum volts of theta energy greater than it's ever been.
It's the difference between ground level and top of the Empire State Building. You're going on Ron's journey. You're following Ron through his footsteps, and he's telling you his discoveries.
You're going up a mountain to the peak, and you're cutting through the trail. And you're with LRH cutting through the trail all the way up.
And his adventure became my adventure.
The calm is so real. Even sometimes he says, I'm talking to you, and you're like, oh yes, you're talking to me.
And he'd be talking at her and be like, oh, that's what's going to be next. And that would be the next sentence. And I'd be like, how did I know that? And I knew it because of what I've studied.
Pues de repente abrí el libro y estaba en un perfecto español.
Als ich das auf Deutsch studiert habe, war das dermaßen gut und so klar.
Les traductions sont tellement super que j'ai vraiment enfin la technologie en entier.
Теперь я могу читать это по-русски, потому что я знаю это то, что сказал ЛРХ.
Io mi sento sussorgente, mi sento che posso duplicare le rage e i fondamenti di Scientology e di Dynetics per la prima volta. È incredibile.
I had to keep myself from jumping out of the chair and running outside and grabbing every single person I could see and saying, you've got to read this book. You've got to read this book.
Every time I finish a book, I'm like, how could it get better than this? How could it get better than this? And it just keeps getting better.
It just keeps going. It's like one right after another. Boom, 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 boom.
There's no bugs. You just fly through them.
Absolutely no bugs at all.
No bugs at all. I got through like that.
I understand the data so well.
I got it.
I have this for eternity.
At one point, I'm sitting there reading, and I realized
oh my God, I'm reading this book outside my body.
I was exterior most of the time.
I've gone exterior on these lectures.
It's like, bang, you're out. You're out, and you know you're out, and you ain't going anywhere but to the stars.
It's going to have the most profound and massive impact on this planet. It's just going to be amazing.
You understand Scientology. It's not just like you got the data, you got the data.
I have something that is an unshakable foundation, an unshakable certainty.
Talk about increasing the magnitude of understanding. It's like right through the roof.
I feel like I have a PhD in Scientology.
Bells and whistles went off.
Like it's my Scientology. It's mine. I know Dynamics. I know Scientology.
I am a Scientologist 1,000 times more a Scientologist.
Whole different ballgame.
Home run. It's like out of the ballpark. It's gone.
Blowout win after blowout win after blowout win.
It's phenomenal.
It is purely LRH.
It's just like, wow,